Everyone's heard about the Great Commission, right? In Matthew 28, it says, "Go therefore and preach the gospel, reach the nations, and baptize them in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." But my question to you is, what if it doesn't work? If you look at the Myers-Briggs personality test, I'm the ENFJ, and the E stands for extrovert. And sometimes, depending on the situation, I go back and forth between an extrovert and introvert quite a bit, especially when I'm being asked to go pray for someone that I don't even know. It's just that barrier I haven't got past yet. My wife and I were at the grocery store the other day, and we walked by this little lady who was preaching or teaching on wine and food. And she said, "Do you want to learn more about wine and food?" And we're like, "No, we're kind of in a hurry. We're just going to go ahead and keep going." And she said, "Okay." And I got about 20 feet, and God says, "Go pray for her." I was like, "No, she's busy. I don't want to go pray for her." And I go about another 20 feet, and God says, "You should go ask her if she needs any prayer." And so I told my wife, I said, "I'm going to go ahead, go talk to her for a minute. You go ahead. I'll catch up with you." And so I walk over to this lady, and I said, "Hey, but excuse me, can I pray for you? Is there anything I can pray for you about?" And she paused for a second, and she said, "No, I'm okay. I'm actually a pretty lucky person. In fact, I'm probably pretty blessed." I said, "Okay. I just wanted to ask." And so I walked away. And in that moment, I thought two things. One was I failed. It didn't work. I tried to preach the gospel to her, and she didn't listen to me. I'm trying to tell her about Jesus and pray, and she didn't listen. But the other thought I had is it was a step of obedience. I crossed that barrier, that chicken line we talk about, and just of the boldness that I needed in the moment, just to tell her, hey, God sees you, and he wants to pray for you and let someone bless you. In Romans 6, it talks about, Romans 5, I'm sorry, by one man's obedience, many will be made righteous. In our challenge of trying to share the gospel, we have an opportunity to always step out in obedience and not be concerned by what is going to happen or what seed we're going to plant. All we need to know is that we're stepping out in obedience. And so today, I just want to bless you and encourage you that I declare boldness over you. I declare that every act of obedience you hear and you step out in when you hear the Father speak to you, every act of obedience is going to leave a mark. Every act of obedience is going to leave a seed. It's not up to us to know where those seeds go. It's just that we step out in obedience so that they can join the kingdom when God's ready for them.